everyone. Welcome to Sorry About It.
Welcome back.
Where the podcast where three friends have a casual conversation about pop culture, new and upcoming artists, and a myriad of other topics. I'm Jenny Lynn.
I'm Mo.
And I'm Pauli.
And we're glad that you're with us this week.
Yeah.
How was your guys' weekend?
It was very uneventful. I didn't do shit.
Sad.
Work, huh?
I went to a concert, which we'll talk about later in this episode,
Oh,
but it was great. It filled my cup. My cup runneth over. It was just
And
so
over.
good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I want to hear now.
The Sarah Bareilles concert.
Yeah,
Yes.
how
Yeah,
your cup
okay.
runneth over.
Just we'll talk about it later in this episode. But
What did you get up to? Other than that, anything?
well, I have two kids.
Yikes.
That keeps me busy the whole day.
Right.
I mean, if you have kids,
Right.
and I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I just
And you're a planner.
yes, I have to have a schedule. I
Yes.
have to have an outline of what's going on. So this week it's fall break for my daughter, which means I have her every single day, all day, every day. So I don't want her mind to go
Lucky.
dormant.
Nuh-uh.
So I have been planning so many things. Well, not so many things, but just it's her birthday on Wednesday. So a lot of planning going on and trying to figure out things that we can do during fall break that are interesting for both of us.
And entertaining for her.
Yeah, entertaining for her. And but I also have a baby. So he's always sleeping and I don't know. I just feel like she gets gypped.
Are you the type of mom that you have a set schedule for your kids, 4 o'clock is feeding time and 3 o'clock is nap time and a set?
I think that a lot of people, maybe a lot of parents have a general outline of what you need to do at what time of day. But if I said that it had to be at 4 o'clock or it had to be at noon, I would go crazy. I would absolutely go crazy because I'm just so...
Polly?
No, it's just when you're on a kid's timetable, you can't control the time.
Yeah.
They wake up when they want to wake up and they do what they want to do when they want to do it. They eat you can have a general idea of what you're going to go into for the day. But I think that if you have a big or a set schedule that you would go crazy. That's IMO in my opinion.
Remember that show, 8, what was it? 8 Kids and...
John and Kate plus 8.
John and Kate plus 8.
Boom.
By the way...
That gave me anxiety, so much anxiety.
Because she had that
But
set thing.
that doesn't count, though.
Well,
She had millions of hands helping her.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should say
True.
that a strict schedule is desirable, but not always accomplishable.
Yeah, I don't know how some parents do it. It's... Hats off to y'all. I don't have any kids, so I can't relate to y'all. So
Too bad.
Shut.
Speaking of fathers, have you guys seen Jason Momoa's Harley Davidson campaign?
I haven't.
He's freaking collab goals. First of all, I've been following Jason on Instagram for a little while, so I can tell you that he is funny. His Kiwi accent is hilarious. I'm a sucker for accents. And he's sexy, and he loves rock climbing. He loves his kids. He loves a dusty rose just as much as the next. He dropped a campaign with So Ill featuring shoes and backpacks and things of that nature.
Wait, so who's So Ill? Is that his company then? Or?
No, so he did a collaboration with them. So Ill is their company in and of themselves, and he came in and said, guys, I have an idea. I love Dusty Rose. Let's incorporate that color into your products. So, and the pattern on the shoes and the backpacks and stuff is sort of like his tattoo. I don't know if it's identical, but that would be...
And that's popping right now.
It is.
Plus,
it
it's
is.
Jason.
Well, Polynesian tattoos are in right now.
That too.
We're kind of in. Anyway,
yeah.
he loves a motorcycle, and he recently did a campaign with a little company called Harley Davidson. Ever heard of it?
Never.
Now, the headline was, "Can Aquaman save Harley Davidson?" So the article did not specify whether or not Harley Davidson is going under. I thought it might just be clickbait because they didn't really address it. But I can't imagine like one of the most popular brands of motorcycles has any like financial issues in this economy.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, in the commercial, Jason takes to the Harley like a newborn to its mother's breast. He was born for it, you guys. And just for the record, when Jack and I started dating, like he would tell me like, "Oh, I want a motorcycle, eventually in this lifetime," and I kind of always brushed it off, just like, you're not getting, like, why would you get like, it's not a family vehicle. How does that support? I don't, it doesn't make sense. But now, after seeing the commercial from Jason Momoa, I'm like, okay, he's kind of opening my mind, softening my heart. No, I don't want to tell him, like, what if he takes you seriously? Anyway.
Jason kind of dresses like a biker, huh? Don't you think?
That's what I'm saying. Like, collaboration goals. Like so he's kind of like a rough and tumble guy.
Yeah.
You can tell that he's outdoorsy. You can tell that he is I don't know. Like when I saw him, I'm like, yeah, he would like a dark beard. He's that type.
He's like a rough. He's not like Henry Cavill, Superman, where he's
Henry Cavill.
Cavill, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Cavill, cool. I learned something today.
Yeah.
He's not like Henry Cavill, where he's clean cut and sharp dressed and preppy. Where
he's like, I don't want to use the word grungy, but kind of grungy.
Kind of grungy.
Not he doesn't shower. It doesn't look like
But it's not a dirty grungy.
It's not a dirty grungy. It's just
or
like
is it?
He's a man's man. He is an what?
No.
Anyway,
it kind of sometimes I have to say he does look kind of like dirty, but I don't know if that's just.
He's a dirty.
I mean, you just jay a little bit.
That's what the bitches want. That's what the bitches want.
Like his team, you guys, I feel like is killing it in not only booking him jobs, like booking him campaigns. Like
work.
Residual income,
Yes.
passive income.
Real money.
And I feel like I feel like Harley Davidson, their public relations, is really onto something here. And I am 100% positive that this will be successful for him and Harley Davidson. It's totally on brand. It suits him. And more power to him.
Wow, good for him.
No kidding. Dang it. Have you guys seen the actual video?
I haven't.
It's him riding a Harley in the desert on the open road, if you will. Not a care in the world.
Right
Go ahead.
And it's just his voice, like talking over the inspiring music, background music. And it's him talking about Harley. And it really pulls on your heartstrings. Like they try to appeal to, I would think, like the male demographic, because that's probably where they're the strongest as far as demographics go.
Yeah.
So this time I feel like they're like, no, guys, you have women riding on the back of your seats too. They're a consumer too. They're a demographic too. No, I just feel like they're expanding their demographic and who they try to appeal to. And I like it. I'm here for it. I'm on board.
Especially Jason. Honestly, I'll stand anything that Jason's doing.
I feel like I will too.
Number one, for me, I feel like it's because
default.
He's Polynesian, and that's super biased, but I don't care.
The first requirement.
He's Polynesian. I support him like I do The Rock, but at the same time,
we know how you feel about The Rock, though. Like, you're not a true stan.
I think Jason is more of an actor than Rock is. Dare I say?
Oh, are you gonna?
Huh?
Are you really gonna say that?
I said
on
it.
record. Oh, sad.
I just think.
But The Rock is bringing in that money, so.
Yeah.
The Rock is
so
bringing in
Jason.
money, but here's the thing: Jason as Drogo, okay.
Okay. for beginners.
Name something The Rock did that tops that.
Okay, a Scorpion King. The Mummy. same level of
Same
success.
level of character?
I'm just no.
I mean, the franchise,
What franchise?
the Fast and Furious.
Ooh, he didn't in Fast and Furious.
That is a good
That
point.
is a good franchise,
It's like
but
a 10-movie franchise.
but
so
I don't
it's
think
making
The
money.
Rock's
I feel like that's
key
like
in that was, or the role
making their
in that, in my
stock
opinion,
fall.
was up to par with Drogo.
Well, Drogo had HBO money, and so for starters, they're like The Rock doesn't have HBO money. He has 7 productions, but there's like HBO is an entity in and of itself in media. Like there's no way that The Rock has that kind of money behind him. No, I'm not gonna talk about like I don't know.
It's apples and oranges, basically.
Yeah, I
Some
sound dumb. I sound stupid like saying that. Can we cut that out?
No, that's
No, because that is like super.
But it's apples and oranges.
It is. Is that?
I mean, he's making his money.
It's not
this
apples
way,
and oranges because they're both apples, and they're both doing
but not
oranges.
the way they're making money.
Right. No comparison.
No
Okay.
comparison.
Okay. Speaking of HBO money, Zendaya and her co-star Jacob Elordi, which we've talked about before.
I thought it was Zendaya.
What did I say? Zendaya?
Yeah.
It's Zendaya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
No,
care
it's
less,
good.
but let's
It's
go
good.
with-
Let's do it. Zendaya. Wait, am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Zendaya.
Better put some respect.
Okay,
on
put
girl's
some
name.
respect.
Just
Sorry,
kidding.
guys. I'm not. Okay. And her co-star, Jacob Elordi from Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Such a good
Did you
series.
guys watch the whole thing?
I watched
Yeah.
the entire thing. Yeah, I'm actually going to watch it over again just because, like,
Me too.
I always pick up other things when I watch it a second time.
Yeah, that show, I usually don't like watching things. The only thing was Game of Thrones. But this one, too, because I feel like there was so much thrown into this first season.
But
But
I
I
feel
know
like
I'll
they
pick it
had
up.
to. Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was just so good. Like, just a new set of issues going on that are current, and I think they're valid.
These kids,
I'm scared for my
Are-
kids. I'm so scared.
like, what the fuck is going on with
Especially
these
with
kids?
our kids have to come up in.
I know.
I mean,
But, like, I'm sure our parents felt that way about us, and look at us. Here we are.
That's true, but I don't, because the internet is involved now.
Oh, the internet. Okay.
Especially with that part, what's the big girl's name where she has this secret identity online
Barbie
and seduces
Ferreira.
men?
Yeah.
Like, that's
in
common,
high
you
school,
know?
yeah.
In high school.
I know.
Little high school girl.
Ugh. Poor things.
Jesus.
Well, on a brighter
help
note.
us.
Anyway, they've sparked romance rumors. They went on vacation in August together, and people went ham. And I'm all for this. Like, I want them to get together. I want them to be there. I think it'd be really good. Very entertaining for us onlookers. But they met on the set of Euphoria, and then they've been linked ever since. And then they went on vacation in August, and then they had a movie date this week, and people were just like loving it, obviously. But here's the thing. I'm not sure if, like, let me back up. In a post-Kardashian media world, I'm, like, always a little wary of press and relationships. Like, is this to generate buzz for the projects that they have? Yeah. Or
Look
is
what Kris
this
Jenner did.
you guys, these are valid concerns. Anyway, so I'm always wary of that, and I hope that it's authentic. I hope that they're genuinely interested in each other. Like when I'm interested in somebody, like when you're in like that talking phase, you go on trips and you go to movies and you go out to eat. You know, like they're doing all the things that
Couples
people who are
in the
talking
beginning of a relationship
do. But I feel like in that phase, it's like metaphorical double dutch. Like, are we, aren't we? Are we, aren't we? Are we, aren't we? You know?
Especially with the celebrities.
Yeah. Because
And the millennial age.
Exactly.
Is it
Add
a
that
label?
factor.
Or
Yeah.
Are we?
It's
You didn't say that we were officially.
And I feel like this day and age in the media, you have to come out with like a statement
A
like,
post.
oh, okay, we're together. You make it
Right.
Instagram official. It used to be Facebook official when you would say like in a relationship. I remember those days, you guys, and it was a pretty big step.
Yeah.
Anyway, I love young love and I love young Hollywood love, and Zendaya is like
She's
love
at the
her,
top of her
you guys.
game right now.
I didn't when she was doing her Disney shows. I
Me neither.
it wasn't
fan.
my thing, but then she
I
like
didn't even know she was
blossomed.
part of Disney.
That's how she got her start, The Machine.
Okay.
Yeah, she started on Disney and then blossomed into like
This
more movies and
serious actress. She was in Beyonce's Lemonade. I feel like that even in and of itself, like
Was
you're
she?
Beyonce adjacent. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. In
Yeah.
which one?
Lemonade?
Like
Well, she's in a lot of
Song?
like the vignettes and like a lot of the B-roll. So like they're sitting on a porch, or she's all the girls that are dressed
featured
in white.
just like Serena was.
Well, Serena
Sorry.
had a like part in the video, but like
Serena. Was
she
looking great.
she didn't have like a speaking part. It was basically just like, let us see your face, and then
Oh,
we were all like, yes.
Yeah, because we
Queen.
didn't know who she was at the time, and obviously we do know who Serena was.
There's a lot of like powerhouse women that not a lot of people are familiar with. They're not mainstream, but the poet that helped write Lemonade. I just like if you know your Beyonce trivia, then this Lemonade is like an Easter egg fest for you, which is, I love when artists do that. Like when they incorporate things in their regular life into like their business life as far as entertainment goes.
and people eat that shit.
Well, it's like you're giving me a reason to stan you. You are giving me a reason to like look into your craftsmanship and like see what you're all about.
Well, I think Beyonce is creative about it too, the way she does it.
Oh, yes.
Throwing in the whole rumors about her being in Illuminati and her and Jay-Z
She
issues.
didn't make up those rumors.
No. Bringing it up in her music.
Oh my gosh,
you
what
know,
she addressed it. I
when
mean,
she
what
addressed it.
other diva way to address silly rumors than
Like she
to-
addressed it in like 2 lines and then moved on. You know.
I mean, this is why that's one of the reasons I love her. But I digress. So in the news this week, Moni's favorite, Kanye West tweets that his album will be dropping this Friday, October 25th. Do you guys have your alarm set?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No. Okay.
Why?
So he included an actual mock-up of what the album's going to look like and if it were to drop. And it's a lovely cobalt blue color with gold lettering that says Jesus is King, which is the name of the album. So it's cute. Yeah, to be completely frank, I thought this Jesus phase was just that, a phase, and it was a moment in time, and he would maybe reevaluate his life or reinvent himself, but maybe it's not. Maybe this is his new aesthetic.
Or maybe it's not.
No shade either way. A lot of people are like speculating whether or not it'll actually drop.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it will. I just think he's doing the whole Kris Jenner momager thing where he takes this thing and just runs with it and makes it public and announces that he's this new Jesus. And well, he already did before with the whole Yeezus thing, right?
Yeah, but so we're continuing this storyline.
Yeah.
Like usually
And
we
so-
switch it up every season,
Yeah.
but now it's just like
now he's
a
got
constant.
like a whole gospel choir traveling with him and doing tours.
Which
in
they are
Salt Lake
super
City, of
talented.
all
They are
places.
so talented.
And they are. And so that's why I'm confused. It's like, now, didn't he say he was going to drop rap he's gonna get he
Okay.
doesn't want to rap anymore because
Okay, no, we're actually going to talk about that. So,
ugh.
his pastor Adam Tyson, spoke with Wrap Up about Kanye's religious rebirth and how it's affected his music. The pastor states that Kanye came to him and told him that he had been radically saved. He said he just started telling me.
Okay.
He just started telling me a little bit about his testimony and how he turned Christianity after feeling the weight of sin from fame in the music industry.
Wow.
Side note, this is a common thread that we hear in pop culture, how the music industry is like sinful and the
Which it
pressures
is.
of it are just overwhelming. So are people gonna do something about that? Or anyway, a lot of people talk about it.
Is the sin coming from your music or being married to your wife?
Oh, sorry.
That's what I want to know. What's the real?
I feel like if he didn't have Kim right now,
Yeah.
his stock would like
He would be
bottom line zero.
yeah.
And didn't he
Kim
ask her to
is
stop dressing
carrying him.
sexy, quote unquote?
Yeah, that was supposed to be included in this season of the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but like that's just the thing. Like the Kardashians have this stuff planned out. Like today we're gonna come over and the kids are gonna swim in the pool. That's what we're gonna do while you're filming. Today we're gonna come over and you guys are gonna do yoga, and that's what we're gonna do. So like they have these outlines for every season. So I always think that it's planned, especially with Kardashians. You have to like kind of just expect that.
It's not a spur of the moment.
No,
thing.
it's planned. It's thought out. This is what we're going to do. And I feel like right now, one of the hot topics is, I don't know, the Me Too movement and women's rights and women's
everything.
just like their right to exist, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And here he comes, like, I don't want you to just say you're my wife, you know? Like,
Right.
can you not? She is not a possession. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of guys look at women as possessions.
Well, I think it's true what Kim said in that clip that I saw too of it when he was telling her that. She said, just because you are changing your mindset in this way doesn't mean that I have to do the same.
Yes.
Because we're two totally different people.
And I love it.
And that's true.
And then he walks out because he can't. What
He
can
can't
you
handle
say
it.
to that? He's right. And
She
then-
basically said, "I made you. Be gone."
It's kind of
Be gone,
true.
peasant.
It's kind of true.
No, and that's true. Like you can't control what someone else does. Period. Even if your name is Kim Kardashian.
Well, and you shouldn't expect that you can do that either. Sorry.
That's fine.
And if he really has turned a leaf and became Christ in the flesh as he claims, then good for you. Do that. But I just think it's a load of bullshit that everyone is eating up. I don't think he's really turned himself.
I definitely think
Music-wise,
this is for his image.
I think
It's all for image.
He hasn't dropped anything for like a long time.
Yeah. Well, he said, he wanted to like stop rapping. So the guilt of sin brought him so low. He would say that the devil basically brought him to a place where he just felt like he was in bondage to his sin, so he got delivered. At one point, he even considered giving up rap altogether.
He was delivered.
One time, he told me that he wasn't going to rap. When Tyson asked Kanye why, he said, well, that's the devil's music. Tyson responded with, hey, rap is a genre. You can rap for God. So essentially, Pastor Tyson is taking credit for the catalyst of this album. It's like so annoying. I hate when civilians try to insert themselves in like big boy shit. Like Jay-Z keeps telling us that he's married to Beyonce. Rachel Dolezal has 2 black sons, therefore
she's black.
is cool by association. Yeah. Michelle tried to join Beyonce and Kelly on stage.
Wait, what?
I'm just saying.
Oh, as part of
Beyonce
the
and Kelly like carried Destiny's Child, and Michelle was there for aesthetics.
there would be no bridge if there was no Michelle. Okay, how dare you?
I'm a fan of Michelle, but
Really?
yeah.
Beyonce was
I
like, you
think
know
she's
what?
So thirsty.
Just sing the bridge, damn it.
She's like, you
like-
can only sing the bridge.
But I will say she killed the bridge every time.
Killed?
Killed.
Are you being sarcastic or are you being serious?
No, she
I'm
was.
kind of
she's
being
good.
serious.
She like
Agree
even in
to
the lives, she
disagree.
can keep up with Beyonce and her
Oh.
runs.
Oh yeah,
She can?
yeah.
Okay. Well,
On what's the song? Survivor?
Oh yeah.
I'm a survivor. Yeah.
Should I sing it?
Do it.
Just
Can you?
Should I be Michelle?
Do Michelle's part just so like I can have an idea.
Oh, oh, oh. You already know which song I'm talking about.
That's actually not bad. I
I'm sorry.
appreciate that. I
almost
appreciate
started
that.
singing like Macy Grave after hearing that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, now that you make that connection for me, it's a whole new world. Did you guys see or hear that Kanye's making an IMAX film of Jesus is King?
No, I didn't.
Doing all of the things. And IMAX, I mean, that's big budget
I'm
stuff. Like
so
an
Yeah.
IMAX,
tired.
If you're gonna
It's
do
not-
it, franchise
it's
it.
not regular, like, it's not regular movie shit. Like, you don't go to Cinemark theaters and just be like, give me my money. Yeah. I mean, like, it's an IMAX. You have to go to a special theater for that. They have a special screen. They have special equipment to view it.
But what is it gonna be about?
mean,
It's probably just a visual album. I mean, we've seen them
McDonald's
before.
gonna make dolls of him after this.
but Beyonce already did
Put them
that.
in their Happy Meals. the
Sunday
McDonald's
service
toy.
every day.
Yeah.
But Beyonce already does visuals.
That's what I'm saying. So, well, and he's
What is
like
he?
kind of Beyonce adjacent. So, like,
Oh.
he's the ideas and are there, and I think that he's just like grasping at straws, trying to get any
Anything.
exposure that
Right.
he can, just to keep his name in our mouths. Which I mean, it's obviously working. We're talking about him right now. Anyway, are you gonna like listen to his?
I refuse.
It's
I'll
not
give
that
it a
I
listen.
refuse.
I will give it a listen.
I don't like. It's not something that I'm gonna go out and seek
Right.
like to listen to. But if somebody posts, if a lot of people post about one song, that I might,
They
take
will.
a gander
People, I'm gonna see it all over Twitter, and
and you'll report back.
I will keep scrolling. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck.
Well, it's like, I mean, and I know you guys probably know, but I'm not a big Beyonce fan for my own personal reasons.
which is that's fine. That's fine.
But
We're not.
I have,
We don't
like, I
judge you.
listened to her albums. I've watched her visual.
We've talked about this, like
But I have to gain and form my own
Yeah.
opinion on her.
Well, and me and you remember we liked her because she used to be all about vocals and singing and performing, and now it's more of an agenda. Of what's-
Wait, when is she not about performing and vocals? Did you guys not see Coachella?
Oh well, I mean, like, how do I say this? She
I will not enter this hole with you guys.
Yeah, no, I know.
It is a rabbit hole, but I will say that Beyonce is one of the top performers on
No.
the earth right now.
Guys, the top performer on the earth right now.
I
mean,
I will say that.
who's
The-
who's her competition right now?
Don't you
Riri,
dare
Doja Cat?
insult the Taylor Swift fans.
Nicki Minaj.
T Swizzle.
No, not on the same playing field.
No.
At all.
Not on the same
At all.
playing field.
People argue Ariana Grande, but she
Mm,
can't.
But what about Rihanna?
Vocally,
she is the top female artist.
she is.
she's the top earning female artist.
female artist. Performing wise,
Ooh, that is
I
good because
like
I
her
love
stuff,
I love a Rihanna.
Right. And she doesn't have like a Jay-Z. She's her own machine.
Well, she kind of did.
kind of in the background. Kind of bigger than Jay-Z, actually.
No, it was a rumor
Yeah. Back in the day.
back in the
Wait,
day.
isn't that true though? Because there have been several.
My sources
photos?
cannot confirm or deny.
Okay.
So I honestly do not know. I'm sure if we like kind of did a deep dive and went into detail, we could figure it out. But Beyonce plays her cards pretty close to the vest, so I don't know what to tell you.
True that.
We know what she wants us to know.
See how easy it was to just get over Kanye? Like, that's how important
Oh my
he
gosh. We were talking about Kanye? Okay. Speaking of celebrities, do you guys like, do you like Meghan Markle?
Yes.
Before you knew who she was, before she started dating Prince Harry?
I honestly didn't know who she was.
I still don't know who she is.
Oh, look her up. She's so graceful.
I'm just, yeah. I mean, I know she's like a queen, princess?
Duchess.
Did she used to be Mormon?
I haven't heard that rumor. I've heard Christina Aguilera used to be Mormon.
What?
Chelsea Handler. Oh, famous Mormons. Is that what we're talking about? Okay. Steve Martin. No, I don't know.
Neon Trees guy.
Oh, yeah.
We're really doing this.
Oh.
I mean, we already opened.
How are we going to tie this back to Harry and Meghan?
She wasn't like a big star or anything.
No, she wasn't. She was on How to Make a Deal. Who's Gonna Make a Deal? How to Deal. What's that game show? Somebody help me.
What?
Make
a
deal or deal.
Let's make
deal or no deal.
Deal or no deal.
Thank you. She was a suitcase girl, a briefcase
what the
girl. She totally was.
What
you guys.
Number?
5, I know for sure.
So are those suitcase people?
That's the picture I've seen is her with a 5.
Are those suitcase people? They're not randomly chosen. Or is it like the same people every episode?
So she was a briefcase girl. So like people would guess like the number, and then she'd have a briefcase with a number in it. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so she was part of the cast.
Oh, so she was on every episode?
Yeah. So they cast it's filmed in California. They cast models there to be the eye candy of the stage because Howie Mandel doesn't get the job done. And she was one of them, which is like, I've heard that those jobs in California are like they're like filler jobs. Like anybody can get them. All you need is like a pretty face and a connection, I guess. Anyway, she was on Suits, which got canceled. A lot of people like Suits. I didn't watch it. Probably won't ever watch it, but
me neither.
I'm just gonna give a disclaimer that this topic deserves a deep dive, and maybe someday that'll happen, but today I just want to get like this point across and just like tell you the goss. So the royal couple has been brought to their knees by the British tabloid press, and Meghan and Harry were very candid in an interview this week. And the Duchess was particularly open about some of the struggles that she's experienced, specifically since she got pregnant, but really since they made their relationship public in June of 2016. While they were dating, Harry made an official statement to the public and press to please leave Meghan alone. Do you guys remember that?
I did.
It was all over the news. He's like, you guys, please leave her alone. She doesn't deserve this. We're dating. That's it. Please, just like pleading with the press. And then,
but you're the prince. They can't leave you alone. Sorry.
No, you're right. Like that's what this dilemma is. Like the line between the media and like the role that it plays in people's actual lives. So in this interview, it was actually part of a documentary that aired on ITV in England called Harry and Meghan: An African Journey, which is kind of just like a behind the scenes on their trip to Africa right now. Did you guys know that they were on a trip in Africa?
I didn't.
Yes.
They took Archie. By the way, Archie, I love the name Archie. Archie Harrison.
Why?
Why do I love the name Archie? Well, like it's a royal name, so they kind of have to stay within traditional names. Archie was one of his ancestors. It's short for Archibald. Harrison is short for Harry, which is her husband's name. I just love it. I think that like it's new. It's not. I mean, we have George, we have Louis, which are ex-kings,
right?
And
they're well known,
right? But then Archie, I don't know. I think it's like a current trendy name. I think we're going to see a lot more Archies.
Yeah, you don't currently see any
we will. We'll see
any Archies right now.
I guarantee you. It's so cute. Like, I am so sad I didn't think of that for my baby. Not that we would have chosen it, but like, I'm sad that I didn't come up with it because it's a really cute name. Anyway, up until this point, like before she spoke, we've had like a manicured, we've had manicured statements, official manicured statements directly from the palace. But in this new documentary, the couple opens up about and semi-addresses the onslaught of attention and negative press they've experienced. And frankly, I do not know how Meghan is keeping a brave face. First of all, the hormones alone, first and foremost, during and after you're pregnant, are super intense. And that factor alone is enough to put you over the edge. Like, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Like,
or Harry.
Yikes.
Seriously.
You're absolutely right. I'm completely thinking about this from a woman's point of view. You're absolutely right.
Like, she's just
the husband
reading all this shit on the tabloids.
Well, and he's getting it too.
Well, I'm saying he has to hear.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He's damage control. He's like the front lines.
Right.
I don't think that Meghan has a lot of like people that she lets in, especially like she's with her family. They have
pretty much cut her off, right?
No, she's cut them off, if anything.
Okay.
She's had a lot of drama with her family, which has been in the media. Her dad has been extremely vocal about their private relationship. I can't even imagine my dad outing me to like the entire world over like me not over family shit,
and
over
for what?
family
What's
drama.
What's he gonna gain from it? That's what
exposure, money. So the tabloids pay him for.
I know that, but
he obviously needs money.
Sheesh.
Like,
you're
what
selling
other
your
reason?
soul for your daughter.
Well, exactly. What other reason do you sell your story? That money is the only thing.
Yeah, people will do some dumb shit for money.
I think that maybe like he's just desperate. Nobody will talk to him about her. Like he can't have any contact with her. He doesn't have any contact with her. She's completely cut them off. Samantha is just like a human pumice stone. Her sister.
Oh, okay.
Her half sister. She's there.
Yikes.
She just when Meghan got into this, like we were rooting for her. Everybody's well, except for her haters, but people are rooting for her, and like she became this icon overnight, and now she's dealing with I feel like the rules in the palace are rules that she is having a hard time with, because I mean she went to complete freedom to you can't talk about this, you can do this is how you have to get out of a car, make sure you can't wear this. Yeah.
Wow.
So like,
which she's pushing back on some of it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So she's like butting heads with the palace and tradition and, you know, the way things are done. And meanwhile, in the background, she's just bombarded with all of this negative attention. I just feel so bad for her.
Didn't Harry put something out recently about like telling the press you need to like demanding them that they leave her alone?
Yeah, so they filed a lawsuit against one of the tabloids, the Mail, which they are going to be in the throes of for the next little while. But this is the first time that like the royal family has pressed charges against any of the tabloids, because I mean like the tabloids are like the blood of no, I shouldn't say that. They're like the beating heart of royal information. We don't get a lot of royal information, like scandalous royal information on our own. We only get what like the palace gives us. So what they want us to know.
We need people that dig.
Yeah. So I just wish her the best. Like, my heart seriously goes out to her. And I'm not even like a Megan fan per se. Like, I'm a fan because she made it.
She made it. She went from the freaking suitcase girl.
Like, I just, I mean, this is what little girls dream of. I think little girls from my generation dream of. Nowadays, I think girls are focused on other things, but.
Well, and it's sad because I was reading something about what Harry was saying when he was telling the press and all the tabloids, like, you guys need to leave her alone because this is how I lost. This
my
is
mom,
what led to the loss of my mom, and I will not lose my wife over the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like he has a ton of PTSD. Well, not a ton of PTSD, and maybe he's worked through it, but I'm just saying, like, that is such a hard thing to go through. Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's going through all of that again.
Yeah, it's just like bringing up a lot of emotions.
It sucks.
Oh, poor thing. Poor family. I just... Oh, people say that when you reach rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. But, like, they're the couple that, like, just keeps falling. Like, there's no bottom.
Right.
The dime has to drop somewhere, but, like, where is it going to drop? Enough. They can't take it. Like, leave Harry and Meghan alone.
Damn it.
I don't know. I think that that's worth touching on. Anyway, do you guys have anything else that you want to talk about in pop culture today? Any news? Any hot items? If not, we'll wrap it up, take a break, and then we'll come back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
You got them.
I'm good.
Okay, let's do it. Let's take a break.
We'll be back.
Oh.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We're back here at Sorry About It. This is the other segment, Hear Me Out. Just hear me out, please. Okay, guys? We have a lot of shit that we want to talk about, and this is just our take on it, okay? Mainly my take, and then these two will chime in. And we'll just talk about it, okay?
Casual conversation.
Casual conversations. Last week, we talked about, do you guys remember Tatiana Jefferson?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Texas.
The lady who was shot in her home while she was playing Xbox with her nephew. Mm-hmm, I remember.
So, quick update.
Detailed.
There has been an arrest made.
Right.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
case
The police officer.
of Tatiana. Officer Aaron Dean was arrested after resigning from the police force. The chief of police promises that something will be done and justice will be had, which everyone is calling bullshit on, because they have promised this before and they keep on killing these people, calling it accidents or he was doing his job.
Yeah.
So I call bullshit.
So he resigned, and then what? What happened after that?
It was crazy because right after the incident happened, nothing was done. They allowed him to resign before firing him from his job.
Right.
Which we talked about this last week. It was like a time issue, and it's completely within their like boundaries to say, no, you can't resign. We fired you.
Yeah.
He put in his resignation in the morning, and then the police chief was like, well, we didn't get around to firing him. Just
quit and
shut up.
Damn it. So I call bullshit because this is just it's a pattern that's happening, not just in Dallas, but at this point in time, it's Dallas. This is the third person in the last month that has been shot and killed by the police.
Well, yeah.
And so I just wanted to point that out. But I was reading on this story a lot more. There were stories about how the funeral was going to happen and her dad canceled the funeral because he wanted to be a part of the arrangements. And there was this uproar about that, people calling it a scandal or whatever.
I'm not familiar with this part of the story.
So with the funeral arrangements, with the arrangements with her case and the lawyer, they don't go into specifics because that hasn't been released yet. But the dad delayed the funeral, postponed the funeral because of that.
Okay.
And so there were clips of it, but just nothing specific about what's going on, you know?
Yeah, keep going, sorry.
No, you're good. But what I wanted to point out with this was in everything that I was reading, there was this article that was talking about this case by some guy named William Choslovsky from the Chicago Sun-Times. And I just wanted to read what he was writing about because it's so ignorant and it pisses me off, guys. A lot of stuff pisses me off. I don't know if you guys can
why we have this
tell.
segment.
But hear me out.
But hear me the fuck out, okay? It says, "Who would ever be a cop?" is the title of his article. If Officer Aaron Dean is guilty of murder, what's next? Should we charge doctors with murder when they make mistakes and someone dies? Is professional malpractice really now a strict liability offense for murder whenever someone dies?
Wow.
So is the new standard that
heavy.
whenever a cop, even just mistakenly, shoots a citizen while doing his job, it's murder? Yes, it's fucking murder. You killed her. You dumbass.
That's like apples and oranges, though.
If so, then let's be very clear. What the natural consequence will be, cops will be likely to do their jobs. Really, would you want to be a cop? You get a call at 2:30 in the morning, adrenaline running. You hear something, you overreact, you shoot, you kill an innocent. That's what happened last weekend when Aaron Dean, a young white Fort Worth, Texas officer, killed a Tatiana Jefferson, a young black woman. Dean was called to her home to investigate an open door early in the morning. He shot and killed Jefferson when she appeared on the other side of the window with a gun in her hand.
So that's
not
confirmed.
true.
Was that confirmed? That
It was confirmed. She had a gun, but she was licensed to carry. She heard someone in the thing, and she was inside of her home.
Right.
She has every right to have her gun in her hands, and they heard a noise from the back. Her nephew heard the noise, and instead of sending her nephew to check, she went to. And when she went and checked, she heard rustling, whatever, and then he opened the curtain and saw her and shot.
Okay.
Didn't call out that he was the police.
Right.
Didn't say anything.
Didn't follow procedure,
Right.
basically.
Didn't follow procedure. So I don't know what this obviously white supremacist author is saying. Anyways. To be sure, Dean violated police policy by failing to identify he was a police officer when he suddenly saw someone, Jefferson, standing on the other side of the window. It is unclear whether in that split second he saw she had a gun. Either way, his violation was deadly. In the old days, when police had license to do anything, nothing would have happened to Dean. There would be no consequence. That was, of course, wrong. But the pendulum has swung so far that today, because of a mistake with no ill intent, Dean is charged with murder. He went from being on patrol looking for a bad guy to being the bad guy in a split second. That, too, is wrong. Very wrong.
Oh, my God.
How does he know?
Here's
Just,
the thing.
like, I hate when reporters do this. Is like speculate from their point of
Especially
view.
he's from Chicago.
Yeah. At the end of the day,
Which has in and of itself.
at the end of the day, whether you were doing your job or not, you didn't follow procedure, which this author just said.
Right.
You didn't follow policy, you didn't follow procedure, and you murdered someone. So guess what? You're going to have to reap the consequences. Stupid.
That's not the only thing. It's apples to oranges.
I feel
a cop
like
to a doctor.
Don't
no
ever
way.
compare.
No way.
Wait, how did they confirm that she had a gun in her hand?
It was in the.
I think they said the nephew.
Oh yeah, it was when they
his
questioned the
statement.
nephew. He said he told.
So a valid
People.
source,
Yes.
not the Dallas Police Department. Okay.
And then they further investigated and found out that she's licensed to carry. So, the proper consequence should be you lose your job. You violated policy. You made a mistake. You were negligent in doing your job, and it cost a life. You and your employer, the police department, may also be sued civilly for the mistake. Prepare for a big money judgment against you. But losing your job and suffering financial penalty is one thing. Losing your liberty is another. Bitch, she lost her life.
Wow.
Her family
They're
lost.
really comparing
Yeah.
Who is
salary,
this guy?
your yearly salary to somebody's life.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, these people, like him, who are writing this article, really are out there. And that's why this problem exists, is because of people like this. They see no wrong in this police officer killing someone in their own home who was licensed to carry, if you guys want to bring that up.
What's the reporter's name? I'm just going to Google him.
William, sorry, let me look it up. It's William Choslovsky.
Oh, sounds Ukrainian.
Sounds super white, right?
Sounds like a Trump supporter. Just kidding.
How do you spell it?
CHOSLOVSKY.
Okay, here we go.
From the Chicago Sun-Times.
Yep, got it.
There's so many wrong things about this article that I just can't get past that just boil.
Yeah, he's middle-aged
white man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
fits the bill.
I knew that before I even knew his name. I didn't even look at his name before reading his article. I was just reading different articles and came across this one, and I'm like, who is this? Looked up the name, and I'm like, I don't even have to look at your picture.
Ugh.
Okay. And this is the thing that I want to talk about. White people, trust me, I have a lot of white friends. I can relate to a lot of the things that they relate to, right? Our sound guy is a white guy, and he's cool. But my problem isn't with white people.
Oh, my God.
What? Okay. So my problem isn't with white people, obviously. My problem is with white privilege, which a lot of white people don't understand.
Let's distinguish.
They think that it's just this word that was made up by people of color to point the finger at them for something that they think they didn't do wrong, right? That's what I want to get across is if you're listening to this and you're white, hear me out. You have more say in a lot of things than people of color than you think.
Definitely more impact.
You are able to get pulled over and not fear for your life. You are able to sit in your home and play video games with your nephew or niece and not have someone come and take your life from you.
And that's even with us here. You're able to be pulled over and not 4 cop cars are pulling up to your car.
Yeah.
Oh, and the backup.
And you're just like, oh, hey, sorry.
Because your light wasn't on. What? You know what I mean? Like, because your light wasn't on, you forgot to signal or something.
The reasons
you're calling backup because of my skin color. That's really what it is.
Just to be safe is what they say.
Right.
Just to cover our bases.
And it just goes to show, like, it just happened this past week. One of our coworkers, who I'm going to leave unnamed, but he posted on his Facebook about how he got pulled over this past week. It was a white cop, pulled him over, told him to get out of his car, and went on to frisk him and drug test him and all these things.
This was local.
For nothing. He posted it on Facebook that he was taken advantage of. He was violated. He was within his right. He had his insurance. You know what I mean? But why is it that you feel the need to frisk someone down and question them and drug test them for nothing? Give him his ticket and send him on. This is the problem that I see all the time with white people. Throwing their privilege around and not knowing it, right? And I know I'm going to get a lot of slack for this, but I don't give a fuck. That's the truth of the matter, and that needs to be talked about more because it's what's happening right now, and we need to do something about it. Agreed?
Agreed.
Okay.
There's a definite problem in this country right now with police brutality and all of the movements that are going on right now are just imperative to bring awareness to this, to like enlighten other people. Some people don't even know it. Like I did. I mean, not people are kind of just flying blind sometimes and oblivious because it doesn't directly affect them.
It doesn't directly affect them. And that's why they wouldn't see the problem, because they're not they're not a part of the problem. No, I worded that wrong. They're not aware of the problem.
Aware that they're part of the problem.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like that.
I can't. And I said this last week with Chelsea Handler, who is a famous white female comedian. She talked to this group of white Republican ladies and asking them about white privilege, and they think that it's just this made up term to victimize people of color.
I've actually seen this firsthand.
Or vilify.
Ooh, okay, Webster.
or whatever.
To try and victimize these people, but these people, again, that's why they say, oh, it's just a made-up word, because it does not directly affect them. And that's what white privilege is. You wouldn't see something that doesn't affect you.
Yeah, your blinders.
My wife is from the East Coast, and when she first moved here, she thought, when I was talking about racism, that it didn't exist. She didn't see it, like she couldn't see where.
But she lives on the East Coast.
Right, but she couldn't see until one day it happened to her in a grocery store.
In Utah?
Yeah.
What?
In a grocery store.
No way.
I mean, and she's
racism
fair.
in Utah?
She's very
Right.
fair.
A
You
lot
can
of people
tell that
think she's Hispanic.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so she experienced it at a grocery store, and now she's like, I totally understand what you're talking about.
Wait, what happened?
Basically, my wife and my daughter were turning a corner, and my daughter was saying sorry for being in the way, but my daughter wasn't even in the way. But the white couple just looked at them and they're like, yeah, it's okay, and just walked off. And my wife was like, you motherfuckers. My 1-year-old is saying sorry for being in your way, and you're just going to say, it's okay. And they looked at my daughter like she was a piece of trash.
Like they were disgusted.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, not the kids. The kids are untouchable.
Yeah.
Don't.
And luckily I wasn't there.
Like you would have done something.
Because you'd probably be
You
in
would've?
jail.
There would have been ketchup on aisle 4.
Oh my gosh. Catch up with these hands. I'm just kidding.
All of the above.
Oh my gosh, I'm so funny.
That happens on the daily to us people of color, and it sounds like we're just
I'm not trying to sound like a victim, but like
we're victims of
they're
whatever.
probably unaware of the way they talk to my wife and my daughter.
Oh yeah, it's just a normal thing for them, and that's the root of the problem. Is these people are unaware of them being a part of the problem.
Right.
And that's why I appreciate someone like Chelsea Handler with the platform she has to bring awareness to these people, because it's not going to change unless these people who are the problem are made aware and actually want to do something about it. I think I mentioned this last week. There is this group called White People for Black Lives, and it's people who believe in the same exact thing. They are white people who advocate for Black Lives Matters, and not because they have someone that they know is black and they can, it's their friend or whatever. They see the problem in this country, and it's a huge thing, and they feel the need to try and change it.
Yeah, I think
it starts with them.
The most important thing is that it's just being discussed and it's brought to people's attention, and that's why we're here.
You guys go follow
Create
them.
the conversation, yeah.
Create it.
On Instagram, they're called White People for Black Lives. I think it's just WP for BL.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people using their platforms for that stuff, and kudos to everyone who's doing it.
Kudos to them, because this is a topic that it makes my blood boil, but nothing is really being done about it.
Right.
Here where I live.
Right.
In Utah, because people think, oh, Utah is the friendly Mormon state. All the Mormons are
Who
so
thinks
friendly
that?
and they
Tell
love
me one
everyone
person
and they're
who's
so
been here.
Christ-like and
That thinks that.
we're all going to be saved. But it's not like that. It's happening everywhere, and we
And just
need
be
to do
mindful.
something
Like
about
there's everywhere it's happening, even in our islands.
it.
Shout out to Mauna Kea
Oh, yeah.
and everything that's happening there.
Kukiai.
So
New Zealand.
I just wanted to highlight this guy, William Cheslovsky. Bitch, you have no idea what you're talking about. According to what you're writing in the article, you have no idea what these people go through. It has been 1 month, and there have been 3 people in Dallas-Fort Worth who have had their lives taken from them because of police brutality and because of racism. And you're going to call it an innocent police officer doing his job?
And it's people that support this narrative
eyes.
that are so annoying.
Ugh. So anyways, did you guys want to add anything to that?
Nope.
Okay. Have you guys, moving on, have you guys seen on social media that some of the celebrities are giving out their phone numbers and saying, text me?
No.
I saw one person do it, but I can't remember who. Like, it was in my mentions a little bit.
It started off with one guy, Ashton Kutcher.
Oh yeah, no, I did remember that with Demi Moore. He's like, text me. I'll give you the tea. I'll give you the truth.
Well, so what's going on now that it's like actually trending is these celebrities are giving out their phone numbers and saying, call me, let's text and be friends. And everyone's like, wait, really? Is this your real phone number? But I was looking into that because I too fell victim.
What?
Wait, what?
I was catfished. Fucking J-Lo.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
I want to hear this.
Who wouldn't want to text J-Lo?
I want to hear
If you're going to
it.
give me your number, J-Lo, I'm texting you. And I'm going to say, what's up? And why did you just
my
post
gosh,
your number?
like how body goals. Hey Jay,
Oh,
how's your movie career coming? Like, yeah, I would do. I would do.
So J-Lo, okay, I'm going to just tell you a story. J-Lo posted her phone number and was like, hey, so what's her movie that just came out?
Hustlers.
Hustlers.
Did you guys watch it yet?
No.
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Me neither.
I'm waiting for the dollar movies.
Yeah.
I heard it's not worth it. So yeah, dollar movies would be good.
Netflix.
But J-Lo posted her phone number and she was promoting the Hustlers movie. And she's like, hey guys, here's my phone number. Yes, it's real. It's my phone number. Text me and let's get to know each other and let's be friends. And I was like,
Nobody has that much time on their hands. Nobody has that much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Especially J-Lo.
Especially
You have
J-Lo.
millions of people that would love to text you.
Right.
I like hate even when like people in my immediate circle text me. I'm like, ugh.
We know. We are part of that immediate circle that doesn't get text.
Are we though?
Moving on. So J-Lo posts her number, and I texted it, and I'm like, cool, if it turns blue, it means she has iPhone, this is real, and it was green.
Okay. There's your first sign.
There's two people in my life that I will allow to text me if it's green.
Oh, you
It's
have two?
Pauli and my mom. Get an iPhone. Anyways.
Just do us
Get
a
off
favor.
that.
Anyways, so J-Lo posts her number and I texted it, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, this is me, J-Lo. It's good to connect with you. And I thought it was real. And then I'm like,
It was like right
What?
away too. She texted you right away.
right away.
He's just like sitting there waiting for your
Oh,
text.
And I'm like,
me.
what? J-Lo really text?
Oh, hey, Utah number.
Like,
Hey, my name is
probably-
Mo.
Probably like 30 seconds later, I get another text. And it's like, hey, text this 520-10 and add your name to the list so we can text. And I'm like, but I thought we were already texting.
Oh,
Like,
sad.
and then I knew it was a scandal. So I just added my name to that list or
Oh,
whatever,
you-
just to see,
Oh,
You knew
just to
it
see what
was-
this was about, you know.
continued to get molested.
So I continued to
And
be
liked it.
catfished because I liked it.
Wait, catfish. Do you know what catfish means?
Yeah, it's when someone says their name is J-Lo, but they don't want to give you.
yeah.
They don't want to show you and give you. Anyways, so I texted that number and I'm like, let's see what this is about. So I get added to this number and then she's like, hey, you could win a free ticket to see Hustlers if you just da 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 da.
There, the dime
Oh,
drop.
so she
And I
was
was-
in on it.
Yeah, but it was obviously this
No.
generated mass text that she
If
was texting to everyone.
Had posted this is her number.
Yeah,
Oh, I see
so
what you're saying.
it's
So
I
she's
don't
probably creating buzz for their movie.
I don't think it was her real number. It wasn't. I know that for
Obviously.
sure now. But it was to promote Hustlers, and now I see it everywhere where there's other celebrities doing it.
Was this recent?
Oh,
This was
so
recent.
it's another PR tactic.
you
is
doing
what you're
okay?
saying.
So it's another PR tactic.
Are you okay?
So I was looking. I'm slowly getting over it, and
If you need anything, you know my number. My real number.
so I was looking at it, and in the Los Angeles what is it, magazine, LA Times, is it? Anyways, it was this LA magazine. It said why some celebs are giving out their quote-unquote phone numbers to fans. It's 2019, and it's not enough to follow a celebrity on Instagram or Twitter. Now, celebrities are giving out their digits.
Jeez.
Sort of. Ashton Kutcher, Jennifer Lopez, see, I told you, Ian Somerhalder, and even the Jonas Brothers have given out their phone numbers to fans this year.
I feel like
who isn't going to jump on the chance to text
the
your
Jonas Brothers?
Yeah,
Nick,
J. Lopez, Ashton Kutcher. Who isn't going to jump on that?
Somerhalder, like, he hasn't done anything forever.
I honestly don't know who he is. Who is that?
He's on
see, she doesn't even know.
Vampire movies, but I can't remember which vampire franchise.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Well, whoever he is, he said, so over the last few
Not that old.
years, you may have seen me sort of shying away from social media compared to what it was, Somerhalder said in a video. But now I found this incredible, amazing way for us to connect.
Lost. Smallville. The Vampire Diaries. Those are the things that he's in.
Okay.
I know my pop
any of
culture.
those.
Sorry. Not to interrupt.
I have a community number, this number at the bottom of the screen. You can text me, and I can text you back. And I think this is an incredible way for us to communicate and share ideas and tell you things before anyone else in the world knows it.
Oh, no. Think of all of the teenagers that are like
the teenager
on
girls
the verge
that are
of
like,
committing suicide, and they're just like,
yeah,
please, I
this
need help.
number.
Like, nobody likes me. I'm not pretty. Please help me. You know, like, think of all of those that are just going to fall to the wayside, like unanswered and unacknowledged. Oh.
They're not
The
unacknowledged.
collateral
They
damage.
actually
Or
get a
like,
mass text.
How many dick pics
No,
J-Lo
but I
got?
mean, but like, they think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to communicate with my idol. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I got to tell her everything about me so that we can be best friends. Like, for teenagers that are, you know, like discovering their identity and trying to figure out which path is best for them. And then their celebrity idol says, text me.
Who's not going to?
If JC Chazé from NSYNC said, here are my
Really?
here's
Wow.
my numbers in
You went there.
1999,
Uh-huh.
I guarantee you I would have accepted all charges, long distance, collect. Like,
International.
I mean, like, my teenage mind could not handle that. I would, like, explode. Just think
And
of,
that's
like,
exactly what's happening, I'm sure, to all of these little Chinese girls
you gotta think
and
of the little
boys.
Did you
people,
say
guys.
Chinese?
Chinese, or did I say Chinese? I meant
Oh my gosh.
teenage.
The
But that
world
doesn't
has
exclude
your
the
phone number.
Chinese girls who are going crazy as well. Okay?
What the heck?
So you were actually texting the Chinese girl and not J-Lo.
So it says
Okay.
Here's my thing. Like, not only are these people texting them, but I wonder how many of these people that are texting this number actually believe it's him. Even after
poor
getting
fan.
a mass text.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, when you are
This
a
could be
stan.
detrimental to our society.
Yeah. Anyways, it says anytime you text one of these numbers, you immediately receive an automated message asking you to click a link to add yourself to the contact list. Once you do that, you will receive random mass messages from the celebrities. For example, yesterday afternoon, Kutcher texted his fans about his flight.
Ugh.
Found myself in Louisiana this morning. Commercial flight has been around for less than 100 years. Today, I'm grateful that the opportunity to wake up in different time zones now exists.
I mean,
oh my gosh. So
is that not Twitter?
So now it's like you
Exactly.
get a Rev Run text every morning,
Yeah.
like from his bathtub. Remember
you
to
know-
be good people.
And it's just like DJ Khaled's Snapchats.
They don't
Major
want us
key.
to win.
Major key. Every day.
Another one.
That's what this is. Every day. It says, however, even though the celebrities boast that it's a two-way conversation, that rarely seems to be the case. When I texted Kutcher, this author texted Ashton Kutcher, so I'm not the only one.
No. Oh no.
When I
Obviously.
texted Kutcher asking him why he cheated on Demi Moore, he did not respond. It actually seems like most people are waiting for Kutcher to text them back too.
We
Really?
have questions. We need answers.
Please reply stop.
So here's the real spill, okay? All of these texts come from an LA-based company called Community, which, according to the New York Times, has raised $35 million to help corporations, stars, and other high-profile clients manage direct messaging with a mass audience.
Bah.
Matthew
That's all we
Peltier,
need.
Right.
exactly. Matthew Peltier is the founder and CEO of the company, and he also has his phone number listed on the site. No one cares
Yeah,
about
but he's
you,
also rolling in the
Matthew.
Benjamins, so he can have 5 phones and like worry about that.
And a team that can text for him.
That is.
When I called it, I got a voicemail message saying his inbox was full. Kutcher, it should be noted, is an investor in the startup.
Obviously.
Okay,
Interesting.
okay. See, we're starting to connect the dots,
Right?
guys.
Imagine texting with artists, celebrities, visionaries, the leaders you respect and admire the same way you do with your mom or best friend.
But
Community's
it's
website
not.
reads. But it's not.
Your mom and your best
It's
friend.
You're just
not.
getting his tweet.
Yeah, you're basically getting his tweet.
His
Im-
his manicured text for you that is going to everybody else. So
Well, no,
it's not.
the same.
It's
You're
not
not
the same
special.
thing.
You're not special. Okay? Imagine texting with your fans, supporters, or patrons that very same way with smart, powerful tools to help you engage in direct, meaningful conversation. At scale, this is the reality we're building at Community. End quote.
I'm exhausted.
So it goes on to, I don't want to read the whole article, but at the end it says it's a lot of this information from what people are digging up is that they are taking information from you, and just like Facebook and everyone else, they're collecting your information and storing it in their database.
So just be aware.
So
Be aware. Don't be like me and give J-Lo a text as if she's going to text you back and want to go to dinner. Don't text them because your information could be taken from you.
Your information could be taken from you even if you don't text them.
Even if you don't text them. But this is just another dumb way that it could.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So today, I was talking to Cora, and I have never said these 2 words together before in my life, kids yoga. And I was telling her, no, we're going to clean this up and you're going to do yoga for kids after this. And she's like, she was asking me about it. And then I just got onto our Xbox, YouTube. Guess the first thing that popped up. Kids yoga.
Wow.
I'm like
They're
in real
listening.
time. In real time, you guys. That's not a coincidence. That is not everybody says, oh, everything happens for a reason. No, they're literally eavesdropping on us.
And I have a Google Home.
Oh,
Which is worse.
all I have are 2 phones. I have 2 phones, and
They're
and
probably
they're
like,
yeah.
oh, we're hearing a lot of fuck and
I'm just saying,
shut
like,
up and
you don't even have
door
to
slamming.
text people.
The cops are at
They
our door.
are
I wonder why.
It is so scary.
This house in blah, blah, blah is volatile. No. So just be aware, guys. Don't be dumb like me and think, oh, I'm going to be the only one that texts J-Lo and she's going
Don't
to
be
want
like
to text
Money.
me back. And she's going to want to hang
Don't
out and be
hashtag me
friends.
too.
She's coming to Salt Lake City. She's going to stay at my house. We're going to go out.
We're going to be best friends.
Oh my gosh. But that'd be
So-
cool if it was like actual and factual.
There's
It
just
would,
too
but
many people.
but it's just unrealistic especially
Like
with these
in the
A-list
US alone,
names.
but
Right.
they're like international.
Right.
I mean, think of all the Latin countries that have Texter.
No, and so how
I
about
can't.
just really quick before I end this part. So there was another he's more of an influencer, King Batch. You guys know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That black funny guy. He posted his number too, and he's like, "Hey, email me or text me so we
But
can
he
hang
was a part
out."
of Community.
Yeah. So I texted the number, and
Oh my
just to be funny.
There you go again.
Shame on
No,
you.
just to be funny, I'm like, "Hey, can you sponsor our podcast? Sorry about it." And
Okay.
crickets. So it doesn't work.
I mean, I can't fault you for that. That's like
You
business
gotta try. You
minded.
gotta do what you gotta
Yeah.
Going out on a limb. I
Shoot your
love it.
shot.
do. So, anyways, be careful. In other news, all jokes aside, there was this coach in Portland, Oregon. He is a coach for. I'm sorry, I didn't look up the high school, but I'm sure everyone has seen this
Football.
story. He is a football coach and track coach at this high school. His name is Keenan Lowe. He coaches football and track at the school and was lauded a hero after this incident this past week.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Coach Lowe was
Some
called.
goodness.
Yep. Coach Lowe was called into the classroom to escort a student to the counseling office, but was given no details. He gets to the classroom and immediately he's just looking around wondering why they called him, and immediately the student walks in with a rifle gun. And right then, here, I'll just read it so you guys can get a taste of like his exact words. So it says right here, the incident took place actually in May 17th at Park Rose High School, but the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office did not release the video until this past Friday. The release came days after court proceedings in the case were completed. Keenan Lowe, who coaches football and track at the school as well as working as a security guard, was lauded as a hero after the incident. In the video, Lowe is seen emerging from a classroom, shotgun in hand, with the student. They then hug as Lowe hands the shotgun to someone who hustles it away from the scene. Lowe recalled standing in the classroom when student walked in with the weapon. Lowe said he lunged for the gun, seizing it as students fled out the other door. Then it was just me and that student. It was a real emotional time. I felt compassion for him. A lot of times, especially when you're young, you don't realize what you're doing until it's over. True.
Absolute.
Prosecutors say Angel Diaz, now 19, brought the loaded shotgun to school during what authorities have described as a mental health crisis. He pleaded guilty, blah, 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 for possession of a loaded firearm in public. He was sentenced to 3 years probation and is receiving treatment for mental health issues and substance abuse. Lowe explained that he was called to the classroom to take a student to the counseling office but was given no details. He was in the classroom for less than a minute when the student walked in with the gun. A pretty crazy situation. At the end, he says, we made the headlines, but it wasn't a tragedy. Usually this ends in a tragedy, and I'm just grateful that it didn't.
Yeah.
For anyone that saw that video, you've seen him hugging that kid and embracing that kid. At that moment, I feel like that's what these mass shooters or whoever is struggling with whatever mental illness needs, right? And it just makes sense that no one other than Keenan Lowe could have done this at the school.
I always hope that, like, if I'm ever put in that situation, that I'll be able to do that I'll have the courage to, like, try and stop it. But I don't know if I do. I have kids.
You have kids? Well, your whole life flashes right before you, I'd imagine. Like, you're there to help stop this situation, but what if it doesn't end the way you imagined, right?
Yeah.
What if that kid ended up shooting Lowe and killing him?
Which has been what has happened in this in this very current situation that we are experiencing. This entire year has been full of mass shootings. So we all see things on TV, and we're like a step away from it. But like, to be in that position and to be going through that, like, as it's happening, it's just like, for me, that is a level of composure that that is a gift. It's not given to you. Like, that man has seen some days, and
especially
it led up to this.
Yeah, especially seeing everything on the news, all the tragedy that, like he said, it usually ends up in
constantly bad news.
Yeah, I would be scared to even try and make that kind of move, because you never know what this kid is thinking, what's running through his head, what his intentions are. What if he went there not caring if anyone was going to try? He just wanted to kill whoever, and even if he died.
But you see that the kid. What?
Like, what might happen? What could happen? Like, do you guys ever think of that in any situation you guys are like introduced to?
Yeah, all the time.
Like, let's say, so when I'm traveling, if I'm in Europe and I'm with my family, we're in a train, and I just start thinking, like, okay, if someone grabs
I have exit plans for every situation I'm in.
Right, yeah. Okay. I thought I was the only crazy one thinking, like,
oh no, I have 2 or 3 exit plans.
I can kill the whole world
for a couple scenarios.
Right.
Well,
that's
and I think it's more prevalent and more like a more critical thing to you, like personal, when you have children. Me, I don't have children, but I always...
So no one else depends on you right now.
Right.
Family members, maybe. But
yeah. But I always see myself as still like my brother's kids. I always feel like if anything were to happen to them, I'd probably feel the same way as you guys with your kids. because they're the only thing
Dearly
right
beloved.
now
Yeah.
that are next to my own kids that I have in my life. And so if someone were to do that to them, I would go
Ballistic. Yeah.
ballistic.
Me too. Me too.
Shout out to the courts and everyone else that was involved, keeping it on the wraps.
Mm.
It happened in May, and we're just barely hearing about it.
Yeah.
Wow. You could tell that that Angel, the student, was distraught.
Yes.
I mean, you can see him breaking down. He starts
yeah.
hugging the coach. He tries to like push him away at first, and then the coach is like, no. He keeps hugging him. He continues to express that love for, him in a physical way. Like a hug is powerful.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that that's how we should solve all of our problems in this country.
But it does go a long way.
It does go, and it did go a long way. It stopped a tragedy, a mass shooting from
It
happening.
saved so many lives. So, Keenan Lowe,
Shout out to Keenan.
you know what? You deserve more than just the headline news, honestly. And yeah, so 2 quick things that I wanted to discuss as well. Rihanna was interviewed in the Vogue magazine. She for the November cover story, right? And
Okay.
so for me, I played football my whole life, my whole childhood, I should say. From the age I was 7, Bali?
7.
Me and Bali played together our whole childhood, from 7 all the way up until high school. I know the game, but I couldn't tell you players' names and who won the fucking Super Bowl in 1976 and the team stats. You know who could, though? My 11-year-old nephew.
Kids are smart.
He
these
puts
days.
me to shame. Lua, I love you. But the reason I say that is because Rihanna was asked if the rumors were true that she turned down this past Super Bowl halftime show.
Stan.
Ooh.
I stand this one.
Do you know this story? I didn't know this
Yes.
story.
I mean, it was circulating that she had turned down Super Bowl, but she just now is speaking out
Confirmed
about
it on this cover story when
Interesting.
Vogue asked her.
What a way to make a statement on Vogue. In
Vogue.
Vogue. Yeah.
Oh,
the
yeah.
November issue.
Yeah. When asking her, you know what? I'm going to read this bits from this article as well so you guys can see exactly what Rihanna said, not what I'm saying. So Rihanna confirms that she turned down the Super Bowl halftime show in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick.
Good.
Colin Kaepernick.
Anyways, Rihanna confirmed that she turned down the opportunity to perform at the 2019 Super Bowl halftime show to stand in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. Kaepernick, for anyone who's living under a rock and doesn't know what the hell is happening with Kaepernick, he made headlines in 2016 when he took a knee during the national anthem at NFL games as a form of protest against police brutality and the racial injustices faced by people of color in America. When asked if she turned down the performing gig in support of the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback, Rihanna responded, "Abso-fucking-lutely."
That's
Okay?
as she should.
She didn't
As
say that,
she
but I
should.
said that. But she said
she
absolutely.
didn't say absolutely. I was like,
She said
what
absolutely.
a perfect response.
She said, "I couldn't dare do that. For what? Who gains from that? Not my people. I just couldn't be a sellout. I couldn't be an enabler. There's things within that organization, the NFL, that I do not agree with at all. And I was not about to go and be of service to them in any way." I mean,
I mean,
Give
if
it up.
anybody is that
Queen
bitch,
Riri.
it's Rihanna, okay? Following rumors that Rihanna turned on the halftime show, it was revealed that Maroon 5, boo, would take the slot with Travis Scott and Big Boy, which they did.
The disaster that was Maroon 5 at the Super Bowl.
Wait, so they're performing again?
No.
No, they.
Oh.
This was last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did know that she turned down the Super Bowl. I remember it being in the press when she
Right.
actually did it.
Yeah, and
Now she's
it was
speaking
it
out.
was more just rumors.
Yeah.
She hadn't spoken on it until now, which perfect timing.
And that's
Which is a Vogue exclusive. So,
Mhm.
like,
right.
I'm sure Anna Wintour and Rihanna were in cahoots. Like, this didn't just happen. This is
Right.
planned out.
Oh yeah,
And there's
Honey.
like so
Anna's
many
like, "Hey,
people.
can I be the
Yeah.
one to
Can I
out
be the
your
one to
story?
break your story?
Please?"
Oh my gosh. Is that Anna Wintour's? Oh my gosh.
Are
That was
you Jenny Lynn?
Anna Wintour's accent.
You're Anna Wintour.
Oh my!
Like,
I'm
So-
Anna Wintour.
A lot of like social media was buzzing about her calling people out as sellouts who perform for.
okay, so it goes on to say, as for the 2020 Super Bowl, which is set for February 2nd at Miami's Hard Rock Stadium, it was announced in late September that Jennifer Lopez and Shakira will headline the halftime show.
Well, it's in Miami.
Right.
It's on brand.
It's gotta.
But
But
they're not.
you're a sellout.
They're not
J-Lo, I'm
African
sorry.
American. They're not black. So like, however, I see where like Rihanna is going, like, solidarity, ladies. Like, this is one movement. We need everybody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, that is a huge business decision that artists in the industry, that is a hard thing to pass up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying I
It's the
agree with that.
freaking
I'm just
halftime
saying
show.
like,
I feel like everyone is
Jennifer
fighting
Lopez.
for that just as hard as
oh, it's monumental.
Adam Levine was for
Like,
his.
think of how much exposure you get. Oh, Adam Levine. It's like
Yeah.
a
He's-
it's
poor
just-
man's Lady Gaga.
I
Like-
support.
No, we need all hands on deck
Yeah.
with this. We can't.
For
It
it
just
to
can't be
happen.
like some of the entertainers. It needs to be all of the big entertainers.
But even Rihanna's a heavy hitter.
So is J-Lo.
True.
Well, I mean, in her own community, as
Oh, I see,
like
yeah,
a colored
yeah.
woman, a black woman actually, and so coming from a heavy hitter, maybe it'll help change minds and.
Yeah, heavy hitters do hold more weight.
Yeah.
That's a pun. You guys, oh my god. Okay.
Way
Tough
over the head.
crowd.
Mom jokes. We love them. Or is that
Mom jokes? I thought it was pretty, like, I came up with that real quick.
that's pretty witty of you?
Oh, thank
Um, So Rihanna just she needs. I know.
It makes him
Now I
nervous.
can't
I'm
concentrate.
I'm sorry.
Just edit what all the bullshit we're saying out
Oh.
right now. Okay. So, anyways, I only bring that up because of all the other social injustices that I am constantly talking about on here. We need to wake up, America, and see the real problems. These are real issues that are going on, and I see so many people on social media saying, man, everyone's so damn sensitive nowadays and blah, blah. It's not sensitivity. It has nothing to do with that.
We're just more aware.
People are more aware, and they're finally putting an end to all the bullshit that's been happening for decades, right? And it all starts at the top with these A-list namers and stuff. If a lot of them, like Rihanna, has time to stand in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick, then a lot of us should, if we are falling victims to the same thing. So I
Or if
stand
people
Rihanna.
that we love are falling victim because
Yeah,
we're
people
not
we
black,
love and
so
know.
like we don't.
Exactly. So, anyways, I hope you guys can go and take a look into these stories and read it up on your own and give us any opinions you have on our email at
SorryBoutIt podcast@gmail.com.
SorryBoutItPodcast@gmail.com. Email us. Let us know what you think. If you have more of these stories that you want to share with us, feel free. We will look into them. And yeah, that's a wrap. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the
Yes.
segment called Gems,
Mm-hmm.
where we'll be going over what's going on in the media and music. First and foremost, Jen,
Yes.
Emily King
Oh my, I'm like so mad at you.
and Sarah Bareilles.
I'm so mad at you right now.
Why?
Because last week I specifically said, what time do you think I should go? So I don't have to see like the opening acts. And you're like, leave your house at 8. That's a
Yeah.
fair emphasis,
I heard
or
it.
like what happened.
Right.
I decided to leave at 8.
Uh-huh.
And I got there at
Per
8:30.
request.
I got there at 8:30 as we
Uh-huh.
thought. Like I actually got into the building at 8:30. Like there was a snowstorm, so it was hard to get there. And then the parking was like you could only park in BFE, and so by the time I finally got in there, it was 8:30, maybe 8:36, and I hear like some music on. I'm like, oh, this sounds familiar, but it's the Maverick Center, and I've only been there once in my whole entire life. That was to graduate high school. And so like I have no idea where to go. And I'm asking like all of the workers who were clearly all recovering. Where do I go? Oh, I don't know. I think you're up one floor. Okay, and then where do I go after that?
Man, we're trying to watch the concert.
Yeah, finally found my seat.
Ma'am, if you don't go ask someone else right now.
The workers weren't watching the concert.
I mean, I would be, but
I would too. The people on the floor, like, they're so lucky. So I got to my seat, and the lights were on, and I was like, oh, intermission. Like, Emily King's coming on.
Right.
I waited for 15, 20 minutes, and Sarah Bareilles came on.
No way.
So I completely missed Emily King. Sorry, I'm pounding on the table. You guys, this is so frustrating for me. Do you remember the last time we went to Sarah Bareilles?
Yes.
I missed Emily King.
Yeah.
Remember, I was late.
And you missed the
And then I missed her again.
Why did she go on so early?
No. So Emily King went first, and then
Hannah.
And then Sarah. So I completely missed Emily King at Saltaire.
Oh, yeah.
And then I completely missed her at the Maverick Center. Do you know that was like the tipping point for me to actually like get out of the house on a weeknight? Like,
with crying kids.
Not only that, but like my husband works full time, so I'm the one that stays at home. You know, like I have a schedule. I don't want to mess it up. I need my sleep. I do not function well not on sleep. I know that about my personality, so like I want to change that. Anyway, so like to get me to go out is in and of itself a challenge. But Emily King was like, okay, not only do you get to see Sarah, you get to see Emily. Like, talk about sweetening the deal. I missed it completely. I was so mad.
Well, what time did it finish?
She came 10-ish. No. Because I got home like well after 11, and I went straight home. I was so tired. Anyway, the concert itself was magical.
Oh, I can.
It was insane. Just it was a very intimate feeling.
Right.
So they didn't have any tracks or any like electronic music. It was all live instruments. They were sitting in like a circle with a big huge centerpiece. I don't know what the centerpiece was. I think it was a heart, but it was made out of like people's letters to her. Like
oh, that's cool.
Like not fan art, but like fan letters, I guess. And then that's what they played like the B-roll on is like that thing. It was so cool. It was so pretty. She talked candidly, like very candidly about the songs on her album that she wrote. So like Armor, Fire, Miss Simone. She like gave intimate context. So Miss Simone she said that she went to Boston. You guys have to know this because like I don't know. I've never heard her talk about it anywhere else. Anyway, she said, I went to Boston and I met a boy in Boston and I fell in love in Boston. And we spent the weekend just getting to know each other and listening to Nina Simone.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, and this is what it felt like. And then she played her song. It was just like,
dude,
not only does it make me appreciate the music even more, to
right.
like know that it came from a place of sincerity and like
and how it
genuineness.
came about.
Yeah. Like she's like, I do what so many other artists do and I write about it. I write songs about it.
Do you remember that you were the one that bought my first ticket to one of her concerts?
I do. It was when we were at Westridge.
Yeah, and it shout out to
Shall we talk about Westridge?
2008-ish. 2008.
But it changed my life. Like I didn't even know who Sarah Bareilles was.
She like the songs that she writes are just so personal and so thoughtful and just like I relate to them. Like she talks a lot about love and I'm a romantic and like it speaks to my soul.
The way she arranges her lyrics in the song
That's
as well.
That's what I'm saying. She's such an amazing songwriter and
poetic.
she writes all of her stuff. If you guys don't know who Sarah Bareilles is, start with Gravity. Just start with that one.
Oh yeah.
Move on to Many the Miles, Uncharted, Move on to
I'm gonna get
Kaleidoscope
over
Heart.
And
Like-
the thing is, no
Gonna
one
get
can,
over you.
no one can even sing her songs like she
Machine
does.
Gun. Yeah. Oh. She sang in full voice the entire time, hit all the high notes.
What song?
Right on all of them.
Oh yeah.
So in each song she has like
Like a peak.
And
not,
she
like not an
never-
aria, but what an aria is to an opera.
Yeah.
Her part of the song. I don't know what
She
it's
never
called.
shies away from like what
She was so
would
good.
sound like on a record. You know what I
She
mean?
was
Yeah.
so good. Like just and I wonder how like artists can do tours like this, give you their everything, like their blood, sweat, and tears, leave
Right.
it on the
Every
stage
performance.
for us to consume. And she has this. I mean, like they're going to so many different places
Right.
in the United States. Like, how is she gonna maintain this? Because they just started.
She's a freaking robot. That's why.
I just am so amazed by her. She's one of my heroes.
She's definitely a robot.
She was super into like women's rights. She said that she attended the Women's March in DC after Donald Trump was inaugurated.
Okay.
And she said that it was life-changing, and that's what the song Armor is about.
Dang.
She said we were so many women, there was so much power and so much good there, and I went home and I was just so frustrated, and I want to be proactive, and she's just expressing her feelings to us. And then she said, and then I went home and I wrote Armor.
Right.
And in Armor, the very first like the introduction, it's like super kind of like jazzy, a little off rhythm. It
Right.
like doesn't have a solid rhythm, and it sounds mad. Like she has some minor keys in there, so it has that mad like that. It just doesn't
Yeah.
quite
Sit well.
exactly.
Right.
Like it makes you a little uncomfortable. It's not something that you would listen to over and over.
Right.
And then she hits the chorus or the bridge, and it's Sarah. It's her beautiful. It turns into like a banger. But you would never know it from the
And I
beginning of the movie.
haven't even listened to Armor. I didn't even give it a chance.
I didn't either. I listened to it and I was like, oh, I don't like the beginning because it was so mad. It was like
Didn't make sense.
it didn't sit right with me. And then like once
But now that you know the meaning.
exactly, I was like playing
and
it
that's
all
why
day.
I
Why?
loved like her first concert that I went to. It was Kaleidoscope Heart.
Oof.
No, it wasn't. It was the blessed. It was Little Voice. No, it is Kaleidoscope
It was
Heart. That was her
Kaleidoscope
second.
'cause
Yeah.
she did
Sorry. Okay.
The Kaleidoscope Heart with that.
Yeah, you're right. I remember.
Oh,
Anyhow.
that.
I totally missed out because it's usually moments like that you want to share with somebody
Mm-hmm.
who's like on the same wavelength. But I definitely will be listening to her November 1st.
In California or in Vegas.
I think it's Vegas.
That's not far. Like you have 2 weeks. I want you to tell me everything about it.
I will. I'll try not to miss Emily King. I'm so sorry.
Like lesson learned. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Well, here's the thing. Like Utah is not very.
I feel like they're hit and miss with their concerts. Like they
Exactly.
start on time, they don't start on time. And like my time is precious. Okay, I don't have time to just wait around
And not only that, like
chit chatting.
Did they say that Emily King was gonna come on after 8?
no, there's not like a usually like set time
Set
they
time.
come on, but it's not like it was in a residential area. It's like
Oh yeah, it's right
The
by
Maverick
the
Center.
freeway. Like
Mm.
no sound barriers.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's no sound ordinance, so I don't know why they ended early, started early. I don't know, but that's
I-
Utah for you.
Well, but you also have to remember like her demographic now is older.
Right.
Like there were not a lot of youngsters there.
Right.
Like the people that would listen to Post Malone. Like I didn't see many of them there.
Ugh.
Just like that genre, that age group.
Right.
Post Malone.
It was all like
I like Post
middle
Malone.
age and up. A lot of girls my age,
Right.
in their early 30s, and
Oh,
like just like the fan base that has grown with her.
Right.
So yeah, I started out like in my 20s loving her, and here I am in my 30s. So almost 10 years. Yeah.
Well, there you
I'm
go.
just teasing.
I've given Sarah a good portion of my life.
Her also, they just had a new drummer, Michael Jerome. Oh my gosh, they just
Michael Jerome.
had a new drummer join them 2 nights previously, he was the heartbeat of the show. When
2
the camera
nights?
panned to him, 2 nights. So like he didn't know them until 2 days. Yeah,
Wow.
2 days before he came on as a drummer. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
he was the heartbeat. The camera panned to him. He was a little bit of eye candy, an older gentleman,
Okay.
distinguished drummer, black man, bald.
Isn't that Kiki Wyatt's
approximately
husband?
Travis. Michael Jerome. Oh, I don't know. No, this man, he's been a musician all his life. He's
Michael
a
Jerome.
Rolling Stone, not tied down, no kind, like not a
Okay.
wedding ring or anything like that.
Which makes sense why he picked it up in 2 days.
He was gifted.
Especially Sarah Bareilles'
But-
production.
He was gifted. They had a cello there, a violin, all of her backup singers too. Both of her backup singers played multiple instruments and sang like angelic harmonies. It was just such a good show, and I'm so glad I got to go. I'm so glad I.
Right. And what a
With myself.
bomb lineup. Emily King, if you guys haven't listened, go and check her stuff out.
And then they did "If I Can't Have You," which is the song they co-wrote. Like
Right.
they wrote it together. It was so good. It was such a good duet.
Polynesian, there's more Emily King music than that one song. that you
Than
all
Distance?
repeat. Distance.
So when you were doing a hula too? Oh,
No.
no shit.
How innovative.
There's more music of Emily King's that y'all should appreciate than Distance.
I mean,
Distance
even
is
her
a classic.
freshman album is like really good.
Right.
No
her
More
music
Room.
dates
Her
back.
EP,
Georgia.
oof.
Yeah.
Her music dates
Mhm.
back.
Sleepwalker.
Well, even from her
Oh.
East Side Story. But we'll get into that at another
That
time.
was her freshman album. It was so good. Okay, sorry. Okay.
No, you're good. If you have a chance, she's still touring. I don't know how much longer, but I will be seeing her here in a little bit in Vegas. If you get a chance, go check them out.
Vegas. I'm just gonna drop that in there.
Johnny, go see her since you
Johnny. Who's Johnny?
Johnny?
Johnny Valens.
Oh, Johnny. Oh, he doesn't like Emily King, I don't think.
Really? Oh, okay.
I think he marches to his own beat.
He does.
In music.
He said he can't jump on her wagon for some
Right.
reason.
Right. Okay, so with Sarah Bareilles, the thing I love with her, she has her definite sound, and she sticks with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, now she's a playwright too. Like she has
Yeah.
Tony Awards under her belt now. Grammys, Tonys. What's next?
I can always
Don't they know
appreciate
her
an artist
kids,
like that.
or-
An artist who, like you said, sticks with their true artistry rather than just conforming to whatever's hip or
Mainstream,
whatever
yeah.
to
Right.
stay relevant, you know?
Which brings me to my next topic, or next artist. Brian McKnight just released a single.
Oh, sorry, I was sleeping.
You're horrible. Why don't you like?
And it's
No,
McKnight.
because I listened to the song and it was cool.
Oh,
But-
okay.
it's called Never Get Enough of You.
Never like
So-
NEVA or
Yes.
NEVUH.
N-E-V-A.
Okay, we're
Get
doing that.
E-N-U-F.
So he. Oh no,
Oh,
not
he's-
the EU and
Of
not the.
you.
Hella trying to be relevant.
The letter U.
I see. I'm just like letting that.
Is that
process.
how all the kids
Oh
spell it these
my
days?
gosh. But it's not bad that the kids spell it that way. It's bad that 60-year-old
Brian McKnight.
do it too.
is-
Oh my goodness. Wait, so is it good or bad? Because Moni's giving me bad vibes. You're giving me.
like, can you dab
I'm-
to it?
I mean, I'm definitely, like, I love music that I can vibe to. And, I mean, you can vibe to this song, but it's definitely not Brian McKnight.
Not
We know him as
his
a ballad.
usual stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just stick to singing.
Pick
Like,
up your pieces of your heart that you broke. You know, those type of,
He's a poet too.
Yeah.
His lyrics are amazing.
and no other vocalist can do what he does.
Really?
The way
Yeah.
that he does
Ariana
it.
Grande can.
No, I mean,
Oh,
like,
no.
the way that he does it.
Oh no, he has totally yeah.
R&B
He has a
soul
signature.
style, right?
R&B soul, like, yeah.
And this single, if you haven't listened, go check it out.
Never Get Enough.
Never
Of you.
Get Enough.
The letter
of
U.
Oh, the letter U?
INVU
Wow.
or URAQT.
Is it the letter U?
Yes, the letter U.
Okay.
Which I give him kudos for trying to keep up with
The Times?
He's trying to stay relevant.
the children. Yeah,
Yeah, you can't fault him for that.
you can't.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I like it. I feel like it's a bop
I'm gonna have to listen.
or whatever.
Whatever.
But check it out. And let me know what you think in our comments, in our emails. Hit us up at
SorryBoutIt@gmail.com.
Yeah, or find us on
Which we'll put in the show
IG.
notes.
right.
We'll put in the show notes. We'll post a clip on our Instagram page for all of you to listen to.
Yeah, I like that he's evolving. I mean, his album Genesis that happened in 2017 was a definite flop.
What I didn't even hear
Yeah,
about it.
it was
That's
a
how much of a flop it was.
12-track album.
And that's recently. That's like 2 years.
Yeah,
a
it was.
flop. Like a belly flop.
Wow. I believe you.
Yeah,
Here's the
So
thing.
he needs a big
I don't
He needs
remember.
a hit,
yeah.
a banger.
Yeah, I don't remember one track from that.
I don't think
To be
anyone does.
honest.
But check out this single. It's definitely a bop. To me, it's a bop. Vibing down the street, in the middle of nowhere.
Jason Momoa, Harley Davidson commercial.
The next artist I wanted to highlight is Zayn. And
Ooh.
how many people out there?
Zayn is on another level. I'm
I
telling
feel
you.
like Zayn is mainstream, and that's not usually your vibe.
Right. But with Zayn, he's been featured on a few singles lately, which I am here for. I'm here for.
With the same group or who?
No.
Yeah.
And his last body of work was also kind of a flop. Do you guys...
I disagree.
There was that one, Let Me Know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bop.
Yeah, but...
I don't remember anything else, though.
Yeah, the rest of the album, like, it was not publicized pretty well.
Yeah. I don't think that.
Well, he was fresh off the heels of like a breakup with a major boy band.
Oh, I thought you were going to say with Gigi Hadid.
Yeah, and he's been on and off with her, but I don't think their team really pushed his music as well as they should have, because I liked a lot of songs off of it. I just don't think anybody else heard of the album, which was, I don't even know how you say it. Icarus
Falls.
What is that? What's Icarus Falls? Or where is that? It sounds like it's a place.
I think that it's like Greek mythology, Icarus, like the god who got too close to the sun. I think that's it. Let me check.
And that album followed his sophomore
It
album.
is. I'm so smart.
Wow. One of us paid attention in what is that?
Just
history?
life. Just
History.
going through
Life.
Yeah, it's the god that had wings.
Right.
And the wax melted because he got too close to the sun. That's what Icarus is. So he's saying he's getting too close to the sun. He's saying that he's Icarus.
Okay.
Wow. First,
And there you have
easy Christ, and now Icarus. Cool.
Like he's
kidding.
getting too good for his own good.
it. No, I totally get it. And I feel like he's either gotta fire somebody on his team or get back on.
Or hire somebody.
Yeah.
I
But-
think that he's been in a little bit of a mental turmoil for a few years.
I sense
So I
that same
think
thing.
that plays a role in it as well.
Right.
Mental health will play a role in your very public music career.
I think it has a lot to do. Well, obviously we don't know like personal life things other than
Right.
like the breakup with the major model Gigi Hadid, his breakup with his boy band. He probably lost a lot of friendships from that.
Oh, he did. He doesn't even claim them anymore.
Yeah, but here's my thing with Zayn. In my humble opinion, I feel like he is the most talented one out of all of them.
Right.
I
And
think a
by
lot
talented,
of people think
I
that.
mean as a vocalist, as a songwriter, looks wise.
Yeah. I think that's why like people,
Right.
producers approached him, agents approached him. It was
Yeah.
like, you need to be on your own.
Yeah,
They
it's
were
just
calling
like
him like the
Like
Justin
that was the
Timberlake
catalyst.
oh,
of the
I think
group.
people just got in his ear and they were like, you are so much better than everyone. You've got the look, you've got the sound, you've got the talent.
it was like the whole
Like-
Camila Cabello.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's notorious for happening in,
groups.
well, yeah, in like the music media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Mhm.
you-
We see it. We
you're
see
like-
every girl group had that one star, Patti LaBelle, Diana Ross. Like they all
Amen.
had backup singers. Beyonce, like they had backup singers, but then they took it solo. Justin,
Right.
like I'm
And
just saying,
they flourished.
yeah.
And I want Zayn to flourish.
You
I
know who
hope-
didn't flourish?
I do.
out
I
of
want
the,
him to flourish.
out of one of the most popular boy bands?
Who?
Anyone from Backstreet Boys?
Oh,
No
no.
one flourished,
No.
right? We don't
No.
have like a Justin
Who?
Timberlake from them.
Are they? Are they? I don't.
Wait, the guy that was a
I'm not
cook.
drawing a blank.
There was one that was a cook.
He was on the
Kevin.
Masked Singer. Is that?
Oh. I don't watch it.
See, like I'm already tired talking about it. So, anyways,
Well, back to
moving
Zayn. Earlier this year and last year, he worked on a single with Javaya from Aladdin,
Oh.
which I didn't like.
I
A
haven't
Whole
seen
New
it.
World.
Jesus.
Have you heard that?
I hate.
Wait, he did a thing
Yeah,
for a whole new.
he
Wait, so
sang
who
A
is
Whole
the
New
artist
World.
that he did it with? Javaya? Is she from?
Javaya Ward,
Is she from that?
The Four.
The Four. Okay.
which was not
I-
all that to me. I can't stand her
I
voice
actually kind of
sometimes.
like that format.
What?
The Four.
Oh yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Talking
Okay.
about P. Diddy's
I feel like
show.
it was another one of Diddy's flops because it hasn't come back.
You know, I enjoy
So-
a Diddy production. I do. The music videos.
I enjoy how he starts something
Danny
and then it
Kane.
lasts 2
Eat.
seasons.
Sorry. Okay. Go.
I came to
We are
eat.
so off topic.
But I feel like that single was a flop too. I couldn't stand her voice, but he has now rebounded himself with 2 artists. I feel like
To redeem himself.
will redeem him.
Okay.
He just recently had a single with Sabrina Claudio.
Ooh.
What was it? What's it called?
That, Jen,
Rumors.
that is
I'm
my...
tired of rumors starting. That one?
No, way better than that song.
Close
Wasn't
enough.
my key. That's not my key. Wait, okay. I'm just going to download this right now.
Download it because that is my song right now that I stay playing.
Yeah,
Okay.
she definitely brings like a different side of Zayn's voice to me, which is a good thing.
You know what speaking of Sabrina, what I just read on Twitter? People, mainly the black community, are
Yikes.
canceling her because everyone knows what cancel culture is, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You want to cancel someone because they,
I've
whatever.
offended you in one way or another. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sabrina,
know
I
you.
guess, in the past tweeted things about saying the N-word and these black girls are looking ugly and blah 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 blah. So they're trying to cancel this song and like saying don't listen to this song. It's a freaking bomb song.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
this song? The
it's
one that
about-
we're
The
talking about, Ruins?
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason
Rumors?
that they're trying to cancel her is because they said instead of apologizing for her past tweets, she just deleted them.
Do we really want
I-
to pull the thread of that sweater?
We cannot.
We don't. But
We don't
Right
have
now?
the time.
everyone shut the hell up
No.
and listen to the song
Patience.
is my point.
But that song's
Wow.
amazing. And that's just a recent single. Earlier this year, Zayn was featured with a band called Shade
Ooh.
in a song called Trampoline.
Now, that is definitely mainstream. Like, I'm hearing that on the radio.
I mean, they're definitely an indie band, but now they're being pushed because they were featured in an Apple MacBook Air commercial.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
it definitely pushed their popularity.
Oh, definitely gained some
Yeah.
exposure. And then they did the song with Zayn.
And now they're remixing the song with Zayn and re-releasing a single.
Wow.
Anyone who doesn't know Shade, go and look it up. And it's SHAED, right?
Yeah. As I like to say, Shaed.
I went to
Oh
their
my
concert.
gosh.
This was what, back in 2016?
Yeah, back in the day.
And that's when they first came. Well, when I first heard them live, bomb.
Really?
Yeah.
Bomb
Chelsea Lee
group.
is the lead singer.
Her name's Juicy Lee.
Chelsea Lee.
Oh. I was like, what a stage name.
But she's married to one of their twins. That make up the band is her and 2 twins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Max and Spencer.
She's
And
married
she's
to one
married
of them?
to one of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
And they own a house together and they have a studio in the back. So everything they make
Authentic.
is pushed
Straight
by
them.
themselves, produced by themselves. So it's the
That is so
perfect
awesome. I
See,
wonder what
that's
it's like
the-
to have a studio in your basement.
That's
on
the
your
kind of
premises.
artistry that I heavily fuck with because you know it's genuine and it's coming
Yeah.
from strictly them. They don't
Like a
need the
genuine
help.
talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't need the help of an auto tune or
Right. And her vocals
backups.
are insane. I've seen her 3 times live now. I'm just tooting my own horn.
Toot toot.
We get it. You're a fan.
But to me, that just makes me a bigger fan that you can sound just like the record.
Oh yeah.
But their EP, Just Wanna See, has a lot of bangers, and they've only released singles. So the only place I see for them is up. And I can't wait.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait till they release a full body of work. But every one of their singles, You Got Me Like, Melt, Thunder.
Oh, Mel is by them?
Yeah. Just Wanna See.
Even Just Want to
Perfume.
See. Yeah.
They're all
Bangers.
and they definitely get you through the day with a good vibe.
I'm all about good vibes. Good vibes only.
So if you're in the Salt Lake area, they do come here pretty often, and I know they will be here
Definitely worth your time, guys. For
October 24th. So if you've got time, they're playing at the complex, and go ahead and check them out.
All right.
So yeah, they've definitely been on heavy rotation in a lot of my playlists. And I'm definitely one of those friends who is so selfish with music, I find.
He's that guy that if you go look up his name on Spotify, you won't find a
Everything's
motherfucking
private.
thing because he is greedy.
But
We're changing that.
This is what this outlet is for.
Yeah. We're going to share that.
And definitely check them out. You could even follow me on Spotify. You probably won't see much, but I'll post a lot more on my IG,
What's your handle?
which is Woohoo, WOOHOO 86.
Across
on
all
IG.
platforms?
On all platforms.
All platforms.
Other concerts that are coming up that I feel like people could definitely vibe out to is Tuesday, October 29th. Honey is coming to the Depot. And if you haven't heard of them, they're an indie punk / pop group.
What is it? What's the name again?
Honey.
Honey.
HUNNY. And
Oh.
they're playing at the Depot.
Cool.
Their music is groovy, and it's described as an endless back and forth between heavy-hearted lyrics, bright and shiny melodies, lovesick confession, and addictively dance rhythms.
I like that.
So you'll definitely be dancing at this concert. I've seen them live at Kilby Court, which is one of my favorite venues.
Shout out to.
Shout out to Kilby Court. It's a dry venue, but it's definitely a vibe when you go there.
Oh, a dry venue.
Yeah, it's a dry venue. They don't serve alcohol.
For those of you.
Pre-game before you go.
And they sound similar to Paramore because
Ooh.
they share the same producer, who is a Grammy winner,
Mm-hmm.
Carlos de la Garza. So yeah, check them out.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us here at Sorry About It podcast.
Yeah.
Please reach out to us. We can be found on Instagram at Sorry About It podcast. Email us your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, anything that you would like to share with us, whether it be stories, whether they be the thoughts that you have. We're open.
Anything. We are here to listen.
And if you would like to collaborate with us, please reach out to us through our Gmail account as well. Anything else, you guys?
That's it.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Yep. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.